Martin's aim is to raise £1 million for the Spinal Injuries Association. He's currently about halfway to that total.
And Nik Hartley is the charity's chief executive and joins us now. You had tears in your eyes watching that, didn't you? Yeah.
I did. It's amazing. It's an emotional moment for us.
Just sum up Martin's achievement, because I mean, you see the pictures and you see the numbers, but what he's done, you can't really put it into words, can you?
Yeah, and if I may, to go back 2 years, I was sitting in a room with Martin listening to stories of the charities, people they were serving, and we were in shock. Horrible stuff of people who can't even leave their homes, people who can't get basic health and care and all these kinds of things. And he slipped me a post-it note that said, the first thing he wrote was, I want to turn an act of terror into good for human beings. And, you know, you kind of stop listening to the board meeting when Martin passes you that. And the phrase he so often used, he said, I need to do something that will make people say, he did what? You've heard him say that sitting here. He did what?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get any bigger than that. And the opportunity that this gives to tell the story of spinal cord injury and tell the story of what he's achieved is immense.
Can we talk for just a moment about, like, the physical feat of what he's done here? Because, I mean, we're used to talking to Martin. He's so positive. He would never say a negative word. He's always upbeat. But the physical struggle he has been through over the last several years it's almost unthinkable at times, isn't it?
It is, and it's really important to understand there's both the physical feat of going up a mountain, but this isn't a disabled man goes up a mountain with a wheelchair. This is a man says, I'm coming out of something terrible and I'm going to do something that can change the lives of people, as I repeat, who can't even leave their bedrooms because of a spinal cord injury. And they're getting to see a man who's gone to 5,500 metres where there's very little oxygen. I believe 2 or 3 had to come down the mountain during the journey.
That's right. Some of his teammates, some of the people who were there to help him had to drop out because of altitude sickness.
Yeah. And he's there still singing at the top. It's incredible. It's about mental as well as physical, this.
He's back down now. He's come back down in the last day or so. You've had a bit of an exchange with him on messaging. Well, how is he? What's he saying?
He's fine and he's exhausted. But the bit I love and the bit that makes me feel emotional when I sit here is Martin wants this to be the beginning. He wants to now talk about and get people talking about the charity, what it does, how it serves people, how it fights for people day in, day out. And it was amazing. His text message about, this is it, Nick. I said I need to start a revolution. We need to start a conversation about spinal cord injury and what happens in the UK. And that's what he started talking about, off a mountain.
And look at that mountain. I mean, just looking at the pictures of where he got to and what he achieved. It's just awesome, isn't it?
It is amazing. It is amazing. And we followed literally every step. I wanted to go with him. I worked in the humanitarian world before this, and this is a humanitarian cause. And I know Tanzania well. And the thought that he has scaled a mountain that I've looked at from the foothills and never imagined I would go up years and years ago is incredible.
Now, I know one of the things you want to do is you want a specialist nurse and a counsellor in every region of the UK. What would those people do and why would they be important?
So when somebody's spinal cord injured, we talk about a wheelchair and paralysis of arms and legs, but it's also paralysis of bowel and bladder and sexual function and skin and conditions. And we know that the NHS is amazing at, as he always says, putting people back together. But the next bit is, how do you rebuild a life? And so we've come as a charity in to take up cases of people, I keep saying, who can hardly leave their home, who can't get their job back and just need adjustments. So we focus around having specialist nurses, people who understand the skin, the bowel, the bladder, of having mental health specialist counselling, people who get that you have a spinal cord injury. Our head counsellor is a spinal cord injured person. And then a coordinator in each region. So if we can raise this money, if the public can buy into what Martin is saying and be inspired by him and get behind this and raise the £1 million, we could have a nurse and a specialist counsellor and, crucially, an advocate to fight for people's case, to be able to just get that tweak for a job change or whatever it is that they need to be able to get.
And he's doing that. He's got a Just Giving page, hasn't he?
He's got a Just Giving page, Martin's Mountain, Just Giving. That's all you need to look up. If you look up Martin's Mountain, Just Giving, you will be able to get to it. And if we can get to that £1 million, I commit to making sure this charity can reach every single spinal cord injured person in the country.
And you sent him a message saying go and have a beer, and what did he say?
I'm in bed and I'm staying there for 20 hours, I think is what he said.
I'm not
surprised. Maybe somebody could take him a beer in bed. That's what
I think so. Well, we'll have it when he gets back.
Certainly
Definitely.
will.
Nick.
We look forward to seeing him here as well.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Thanks for coming in. Thanks, Nick.
Now, 24 minutes past 7, we're getting